Hello and welcome back to Staying In for a Pint with Kieran
and Ethan.
This week it's a bit of a shorter episode, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, not much has gone on in the world.
Not much really gone on.
Reality.
No, all we've really had this week is the F1, bit of international football.
Yeah.
That's really it. Not much else has happened news-wise.
No.
No.
I mean, we're wanting to divert away from COVID because we don't want to talk about that anymore.
Yeah, that's all the news there is at the moment.
Yeah, you want to divert, just go away from that. So, yeah.
Do you want to talk about the F1?
I mean, I can do. You're more experienced in the knowledge of F1 than me.
Yeah. I can talk about F1.
Yeah.
So, Lewis Hamilton equalled Michael Schumacher's all-time win record with a pretty convincing win at the Nürburgring.
I feel like the only way he got away with the win was because Bottas.
Well, if Bottas hadn't locked up going
if
into that
Bottas
corner,
would have stayed in the race, do you still think that Hamilton would have won?
Yes. Because Hamilton had overtaken Bottas before he'd pulled out.
So they wouldn't have pulled on team orders saying swap round?
Well, no, because Bottas made a racing error in the lockup.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like it was a strategy which made Bottas lose out. I think at that point they'd have just let them race.
Mm.
Like they did going down to turn 1 on the first lap. They just let them race, and that's why they both sort of forced each other off on that corner. You wouldn't know because you were still asleep.
I mean, I got to watch most of it.
You did in the end.
Didn't wake me up.
It was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
You still could have woken me up. You know I don't lock my door when I'm sleeping.
It's true. Nico Hulkenberg got called in just before practice 3 on Saturday morning.
Yeah, but did they do practice 3 in the end?
He didn't get out in time. They were still adjusting.
So he had no
practice
or qualifying.
No, he did have qualifying.
Oh, he did have qualifying.
He went straight in at qualifying.
He qualified last.
Finished 8th.
Finished 8th. Yeah. So he, without the 4 races that DNF'd?
4 or 5.
Because it was Ocon, Bottas,
Norris, Albon, Russell.
Yeah, so 5. How many cars did he?
Oh, think about
3.
it. What?
He overtook 3 cars then, minus in 5.
He finished 8th.
Oh, never mind.
Do you want to try doing the maths?
You can tell I can't do maths. Right. 12 minus 3.
12 minus 3.
It's 9.
Right.
So I took 9. I was close. No, I wasn't. I'm thinking
you said he overtook.
Never mind. He overtook 9 cars.
Yeah. And then other than that, all we've had is a bit of international football.
Yeah.
We had England Belgium, which we scraped a 2-1 win off.
I mean, we didn't watch that one. We saw the highlights for it.
No, I watched bits of it.
I saw the highlights of both the friendly,
the Wales game,
and the Belgium game.
Yeah.
Are we talking about them both, or are we talking about?
Well, Wales was a friendly, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, but it's good to see the young lads.
Yeah, some of them got a game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Then the Belgium game, it was a bit rubbish. To be fair, all of it's been rubbish, and then we just lost 1-0 to Denmark as well.
I mean, I saw the. I'm trying to think about the Belgium. We won Belgium, didn't we?
Yeah, beat them 2-1.
Yeah. I saw the. I forgot we had Denmark yesterday.
Yeah, that was awful.
Denmark, the game. I know we had 2 red cards. Did you see the red cards?
I haven't seen any of it.
The challenge is with the highlights I saw online, they didn't show the 94th minute red card.
Well,
because that was Reece James.
I think if you get a red card in the 94th minute, you can't really use the fact that you had 2 men sent off as an excuse. At that point, the game's done.
I saw the Harry Maguire red card, and he had 2 yellow cards
in the space of 30 minutes.
Yeah, but the first yellow card, I agreed with the ref, but the second one, he initially got the ball. They showed it at 3 different angles. The angles I saw, in my opinion, he had the ball, then the ball he got the ball,
right,
he had contact with the ball from his foot, and then the ball went off, and he was still going through, and the defender was there.
Was he stood up? I haven't seen it, so I can't.
His foot was like going off the floor like that.
That'll probably be why. I probably said it was reckless.
But it was his. I say it wasn't his fault. I'm a bit odd now. It was his fault in my opinion because he got given a ball. He got given the ball like in it from across, and his touch was awful.
Did he have a Lukaku moment?
Yeah. He got it, hit the inside of his foot, then went a few metres in front of him.
Yeah.
And he slipped, and then ran off to get it, and then one of the Denmark players had already had it, so he went for the tackle, hit his foot, and then the ball went off after hitting his foot, and then he caught the guy as well.
Oh.
So yeah.
Another main player who was not involved, Jack Grealish.
Yeah, Jackie boy. I do believe that Gareth Southgate has a personal vendetta against him.
Yeah.
Because he's had a fantastic season last year, in my opinion, and this year so far. And he was in the international friendly against Wales, and he assisted and scored. He got man of the match, first ever England debut, and played the full 90 minutes. But for some reason, he's not being played in any of the international games.
Yeah, I think he's just got a thing of playing Henderson.
Yeah, but Henderson, I don't think he's good enough anymore.
No, he's too slow. Too slow. Do you think he'll make it into the Euro squad this summer?
Henderson?
No,
Grealish.
Do you think he'll be your first choice, or do you think he'll still be on the bench?
I think he'll still be on the bench, but I saw an article about it, and there was a journalist talking about the relationship between Gareth Southgate and Jack Grealish. He said it's a good relationship. He's just not on. Grealish is just not on Gareth's radar. He's not what they need at the minute. They need either attacking players or defending players.
Rather than a bit of both.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the end of that section really. It's a bit shorter than last week's, so
nothing's gone on.
Nothing's really gone
What
on.
we can talk about though, because something it's been rejected yesterday.
Oh, the big picture plan.
What was it called?
Oh, I can't remember now. Basically, it was just United and Liverpool trying to find a way of taking control of football.
Yeah.
Got rejected.
What? Just for the viewers, what was that plan?
So it was going to change the Premier League from a 20-team competition down to an 18-team competition.
Right.
The bottom two clubs would be relegated, and the top two clubs will be promoted from the Championship, and then the third place.
That will still make it 20.
No. When there's 18 teams in it.
Oh, okay.
The bottom two will be relegated.
Yeah.
And then the third to bottom will be in a playoff. Will join the playoffs, which third to sixth in the Championship will be in. So that will be the playoff match for who gets to stay and who goes into the Premier League from now on.
Okay.
So either you could have 3 teams relegated, or you could have
two
teams relegated.
Would that then increase the amount of teams in the Championship?
No.
No.
Well, it would. Yeah, it would have to.
Yeah.
It would have to. Which is just the way Scotland does it. Which can be quite.
So they wanted to implement a system used by the Scottish.
For that
leagues.
section of it, yeah. And then they were going to offer a package for.
That wasn't
for the
them
lower
though.
clubs.
That was the actual Premier
No,
League.
no. The initial plan said that the rest of the clubs in the Championship would be given part of a £200 million
Oh, okay.
clause for the. But yeah, it got rejected, so it's not really.
No.
But yeah, that's it. There's nothing really to talk about.
No.
Next section. Okay, and welcome back to the reviewing of our beer.
Yes.
So up first,
It is it Brell?
Brell.
Because in my opinion, they're both very similar names. Williams Brothers Brell, Belgian. I don't know why, but I have really liked Belgian beers. I don't know how many I've had, but
That's very Belgian. You don't know how many you've had.
No, it's very me.
Yeah.
Which is very Belgian, but I've heard good reviews about him.
Yeah, they are nice Belgian beers. They're very flavourly. Flavourly?
Flavourly
sponsor us.
Yes, we don't.
No.
If you're watching, please.
Yeah, they're very flavoursome.
Yeah.
Unlike German beers, which have their purity laws, where all they're allowed is...
I do like that.
The fact it's made in Scotland.
No, but the sign.
Likes the logo of the William...
logo.
The William Brewing Brothers. William Brothers Brew.
Say it again.
William Brothers Brew. But with Germany they have the purity laws where all they can have in is the strict... They can only have yeast and the barley and the hops and the water. That's all they can put in it. They can't add. Whereas in Belgium they're allowed to go mental, which is why you see so many fruity beers come from Belgium. So
wait, so you won't find any fruity beers in Scotland?
No, in Germany.
Oh, in Germany.
Yeah.
Ah.
So let's crack it open.
Well, I can see how much percent it is.
Well, you can tell that when you drink it.
Okay. Well,
as we know,
it's 5.7%.
Very Belgian.
Yeah. Well, I can smell it from here, unless it's your one. I've just noticed there's a description on it as well.
There is.
Which I might read.
I don't want
you talk.
Oh, okay. So, similar to last week, we've got a very clear amber colour. I'll put it in front of the candle so you can see that. Very clear amber colour. However, automatically from the smell, there's much more flavour. You can tell it's packed full of flavour compared to last week's beers.
American as well.
It uses American yeast, yeah. So, you've just read the description, so I can't really ask you what flavours you've been tasting it.
I haven't read that. I haven't read all of it. I've just skimmed across it, like the first bit.
Well, go on, give it a taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
What can you taste?
I can taste orange peel, or orange, or like satsuma, whatever it is. Because satsuma, orange, whatever, tangerine, they're all the same to me.
I was going to make a comment about your hair then.
It's not PG that, is it?
So yeah, there's definitely an orange, straight away on the tongue you get hit by the hops and the yeast. With this pretty much every IPA you're automatically going to get hit with that. And then you've got the mostly from the scent of it, you've got the orange peel in there, which is quite subtle, but it adds that flavour which the German beers don't have. And what the beers last week, which were all either Scottish or English, didn't have either. Yeah, they were.
Oh, the Old Speckled Hen and
the Old Speckled Hen and the Green King IPA.
Yeah.
So this is the same style beer as that Green King
just
IPA.
Got more flavour in it.
However, there's so much more flavour coming from it.
Yeah.
Now there's also, very, very slight, but it's on the top of your mouth.
Coriander.
I know you read that on the can.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I did.
But it's on the very top of your mouth and the back of your palate. But it's very subtle. I'm not a massive fan of coriander. You know, been to South Africa and they just.
Would you not have it on a pizza?
No.
Like if you had to have a margarita pizza, would you not have coriander on it?
No, basil.
Basil? Oh, okay.
Or parsley. But with coriander, I just had it too much, and I'm not a massive fan of it on food. But in this, it's actually really, really tasty. And this was only £1.9p from Aldi as well for these cans, which makes it an absolute steal. Obviously, these are only 330 cans, so you are only getting half a pint. But at £1.9p, you're not going to complain too much. Now, obviously, we've got the Untapped account up and running now, which, as I said in the last video, is going to be in the description. What are you going to give it out of 5?
I'd give it either 2.75 or 3.
Yeah?
I'm not too sure, because last time I gave the 2 drinks was it 2.25 or 2.5?
I can't remember. I can have a look for you now if you want. Continue talking about it.
But this one, I think, is so much better than the other 2 we did on the other video, because there's actual flavour in it.
Yeah, so the Old Speckled Hen, you gave a 2.
Okay.
The Green King IPA, you gave a 1.75.
Oh, okay.
And what are you saying for this?
2. I'll give it a 2. It's hard because it's only like the third beer we've reviewed, and we're going to. So I might look back on it in a few videos afterwards, thinking that's really what I want to change it. But for now, I think I'd give it either 2.75 or. I want to say 3, but I'm thinking do I go 2.5 to 2.75 or 2.75 to 3?
Well, if you think about it, 2.5 is half. It's an average beer.
Yeah.
For you, I think it's probably about 2.75 because it's just hit the right spot at the moment with your beer tasting. Whereas I'm going to give this a 2.25 just because I'm really harsh.
Okay. Just to clarify, the account that we've posted, we've put on the, what's it called?
On the description.
On the description is mine. So it's not as precise as and accurate as his.
No.
So if you want to tell me off, you can do, not him.
Yeah. No thanks. No, if you look at my Untapped account, the highest I've ever given, I think I gave a 4.5 once. So.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the highest I've ever given. But yeah.
What would you give this one?
I'm giving this 2.25. Just because I'm fussy.
Fair
and
enough.
I can feel room for improvement in this.
I mean, is this an ale or a lager?
This is an IPA, so it's a craft beer.
Oh, okay.
So it's neither, but it's leaning more towards the ale side of it
Because
it's not. I feel like it's not.
it's not
filled with
extremely
gas.
fizzy, is it?
No, I don't even think
No.
there's any fizz in it, to be honest.
I think there is, just slight.
Are you sure that's not the hops tickling your tongue?
No, because I can hear it.
Okay.
It's like Rice Krispies.
Okay, and that's the end of the first beer review. We'll see you in a bit. Right, okay. Next, we've got a couple of questions, some little arguments.
Yeah.
First one we got sent on Instagram was: is Xavi a better player, or was Xavi a better player than Leo Messi?
Now, just tell the story today when you told me about this, and I was there like, who?
Right, so you were there like, who? Xavi Iniesta,
Yeah, there's that many Xavis in the world.
or Xavi Alonso? Xavi Alonso played for Real Madrid and Liverpool and Bayern. Iniesta
Played for Barcelona.
played for Barcelona.
I didn't know
and
it was, I thought it was Andres Iniesta.
Andres Iniesta.
Yeah.
And then there's Xavi.
What was his surname then?
Xavi.
What was his first name?
Xavi. His name is Xavi.
Right, okay.
That's what we're going for. Xavi. So, did you watch any videos on Xavi?
Yeah, I did.
He
He is the
was
assist
Xavi-
king.
Was Xavi better than Leo Messi?
Thing is, when did he retire?
Xavi retired 2 years ago.
How long was his career? Don't we not know?
Long time.
Okay. Well, Messi's is a long time as well.
It is.
But
This is why it's a good question, so thank you, Sydney.
I don't know, because Messi, if you say Messi's name, everyone, even if they're not supporting football, go, oh yeah, he's a football player.
Yeah.
But you go, oh, Xavi.
Even you didn't know who he is.
Exactly.
See,
But
I think Messi, more naturally gifted.
yeah,
By far, he is that player that as soon as you see him on the pitch, you go, whoa.
he's, in my opinion, he's done that once he gets given the ball, he can do anything he wants with it.
Exactly.
But before he gets the ball, how does he get it?
He works
Who
hard.
gives it to him?
He works hard. I think that's what Guardiola got in his head when Guardiola was manager. It was, you have got to work for this ball. You look at City, for example. You've got Aguero, who was there before Guardiola, and he's sort of a bit more laid back.
Yeah.
You say Jesus, who was young. Guardiola's come and he's gone, right, this is how I want you to play, and it's high intensity, straight from the off.
I mean, the clips I saw before on Xavi, the balls he was giving, the assists he was making, was incredible.
They were.
They were out of nowhere. I haven't seen any other player since I've been watching football that I've noticed. Like, there was other players that were free, and you thought, no, I'm going to wait a minute and do the long ball. The assist he'd made was incredible.
He had the vision of someone like David Silva. Not quite as good as David.
No.
Well, no, better than David Silva.
Yeah.
But he had the vision of David Silva. But at the same time, he had, I think, the only person in world football at the moment who is anywhere near it, slightly. It's Kevin De Bruyne's passing ability.
Yeah.
His passing ability is second to none at the moment. However, Sydney, I do believe that Messi is better than Xavi. On the basis that Messi can change you a game single-handedly like that, Xavi would have passed the ball for somebody else.
Messi, in my opinion, has gone down in my ratings recently.
Have you watched much of Liga yet this season?
No.
He's back-ish.
Okay.
But yeah, so thank you, Sydney, for sending that in. All the other ones were either about
political agendas.
Political agenda, or my friend Ollie shaved his hair off and now he looks like a 3-year-old. Love it. Well done, Ollie.
We've had to come up with ones on our own.
Pineapple on pizza.
That's the most traditional question ever made.
Does it belong on pizza?
Yes.
No.
We're getting a divorce. No.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza. Why? It's acidic. What else is acidic on a pizza? Tomato. Why are you giving me acid? I don't want that much acid.
You don't get acid and you don't burn your innards, do you?
Why is there so? Why do you have so much acidic stuff on the plate?
It's just nice.
That's Gordon Ramsay's quote. Secondly,
okay, then what's your quote?
My quote. Why are you putting fruit on a savoury dish? Name another dish that you're putting fruit in, and don't say coconut because that's a nut. Even though people say that that's a fruit, that's a nut. It says nut in it.
I'm thinking.
Right. Do you know why you're thinking? Because there isn't one. Because everything else, nobody goes, let's put a fruit on it. Pineapple does not belong on a pizza.
It does.
We're going to agree to disagree on this one, but I have Italian friends that will tell you that you're going to hell.
Friends.
And if they see a pineapple on pizza, do you know what they do? They get the pizza slicer, they cut it up, and then they throw it in the bin. Anyway, next question. Jam or custard donut?
Custard.
Custard, any day of the week.
Jam makes it soggy.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And technically, I feel like custard should as well, but it doesn't make
just
it
so much thicker.
Yeah.
But and then yeah, I agree. Apart from some places, some supermarkets do custard. Like for example, Tesco's custard is awful. Morrison's custard.
Is it like blocky?
Yeah.
Like
Whereas
that.
Morrison's custard is really nice.
It needs to be thick and runny.
Yeah.
But did you say Tesco?
Yeah.
It's like if there was rice pudding, like thick rice pudding in it.
Yeah.
Except it's not rice; it's just blocks of air in it.
Yeah.
It's
But
chunky. That's the word.
The donut bit in Tesco's is nicer than in Morrison's, so you sort of just gotta find your.
That's another question. Which supermarket's the best?
Aldi.
Yeah.
Or Lidl.
I won't say Aldi, but I'm gonna say Aldi.
Yeah.
But the meal deals.
Are awful.
Yeah.
So for meal deals, best one.
Tesco.
Nah, best one's meal deals are incredible. Anyone.
Best what?
Best one. It's like the little corner shop.
Never heard of it.
So at best one, you
So
go in.
supermarket's not chain like corner
Well,
shops.
this is a chain. Best one is
Okay.
a chain. It's just a small. It's like a convenience store.
Okay.
And you go in, and any of the sandwiches, no matter if it's 3 sandwiches or if it's 2 sandwiches in one, yeah, you get any of them. Then there's like big pork pies, little pork pies, chicken skewers,
If you say
bag
it's
of
less than
crisps,
£3 now.
bag of crisps, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Then it's either a can, like a 330 can, or a 600ml bottle of like Pepsi Max.
Right.
Whatever drink you want, whatever snack you want, whatever sandwich you want, no matter size, £3.
Wait, so you get 4 things?
No, you
3.
3 things, £3. No
That's
matter
just like
what
Tesco.
size. No matter what size. At
That's like
Tesco. No, because some of the sandwiches at Tesco don't get included because
No,
they're
they do.
because they're too premium.
They also does best one include wraps?
Wraps, pastas, like triple tier
Sushi?
sandwiches. Yeah, you're not gonna have sushi at a corner shop. Also, I don't like sushi, so I'm not fussed.
Sushi's nice.
No, I don't eat the
Sushi.
raw fish. And last question of this section: you can go to any football stadium in the world, only one. Where do you go?
You can go first.
Right, so you can carry on thinking.
Yeah.
So I've seen online, I can't remember, there's either one in, I think there's one in Denmark, but there's also several in South America,
Right.
and it's just like a tiny little local football team's ground. Crew Alexander. Dr.
Not
Dr.
the.
It depends who you want to be, you know. It depends how
No,
sloppy you're
'cause-
being when you're speaking.
No, because it's spelt D-R-A.
Dra.
Yes.
Cleangandra.
Yes.
They have like, you have one sound that's smaller than the others, don't you? Or you have one sound
One
that's
stand
bigger,
that's bigger, the other three are the same.
and they're all like one tier stands, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah? So it's the same,
Mm.
but behind that stand is a massive limestone cliff with like big green trees growing everywhere, and it just looks stunning. It's in the middle of a mountain range. You have to drive up a little country road to get there, and you know the pictures that you see, they're all sat and they're looking like they're watching football, and then at the other end of the pitch and there's just this massive mountain range behind you. I'd love to go watch a game there. To be honest, I probably wouldn't even pay that much attention to the match.
No.
I'd just be looking around. Have you thought of one?
I've stuck on three.
Go on.
So there's either Dortmund because of the yellow wall.
Yeah. However, the outside of that stadium isn't that nice, but I understand the atmosphere on the inside.
I'm not going to stare at this outside of it when there's football. Like,
You're not having a picture taken outside?
of course I will.
No, okay.
I'm not just going to go. I like that wall.
It's like going to Old Trafford and taking a photo of a brick wall, because that's what that is on the outside, with a bit of scaffolding sticking out the top.
Either Dortmund for the yellow wall,
Yeah.
like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Was it? Did you say which one was the one that has when the coach goes there and it's like a massive red dragon or something? Is it Leipzig?
It's either Leipzig or Belgrade.
One of them,
Yeah.
or Real Madrid just goes to the Bernabeu.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already been Nou Camp, so I'm crossing that one off the list.
Yeah. I do want to go to Camp Nou at some point.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Just depends on who you're sitting next to.
Yeah, I bet. I'll sit
Oh.
next to Leo Messi's dad.
No, you don't, I didn't. Have I told you I was sat next to
No,
him?
that could be another side.
Okay, it was not right. It was not nice.
But yeah, so let's get on to our second beer review. Right, okay, and welcome back to our second beer review. So this is Brut. It's also from Audi. Again, £1.9p. However, with this one, you're getting a can of 440ml. So you're getting an extra 110ml for the same price. It's by 104 Brewing, and it's a crisp, dry, and refreshingly light hopped pale ale. However, it's a bit strong. It's 5.8.
It's only 0.1
Yeah. So
above from the
let's crack it open. Brell.
Brell, yeah.
Okay, so this time you're not going to read the can,
No.
and we're going to let you work out the flavours.
I'm going to let my mind run wild
Indeed.
with excitement.
And the question is all of this going to fit in our glasses?
I think it will.
I don't think it will. It didn't.
No, it didn't.
So immediately there's a different smell,
Hmm.
and I can smell that from there. So give it a smell. Right, give us a cheers. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Oh, should I want one else then?
Okay, what are you getting instantly?
Can't tell.
Okay, what sort of flavour is it?
I keep thinking I want to say lemon.
No, you're on the right sort of tracks. It's very, very
I can tell it's a
citrusy.
fruit,
Yeah.
but I can't tell which fruit.
Well, you know what that means?
Have another drink.
You've got to have another sip and find out.
That's my excuse. It's a grape.
It is, yeah. So it's a grape and spice.
Mm.
So it doesn't mention
Can't
what spice it
Taste
is.
the spice, but I can just taste grape.
It's sort of it's sort of more of an aroma of the spice, and again similar to the coriander. It's right at the very, very back.
Yeah.
With it, it's very, very nice. To be fair.
Mm.
I don't really have much to say about it. I just think it's very refreshing. Obviously, as I said last week,
It's quite light looking, isn't it?
it's much lighter than the
previous
than the
three
Brell
we had.
and the two last week.
Yeah.
As I said last week with the Corona, it's getting to the end of its season. It's very refreshing. It's very summery.
Well, I think it's It's autumn now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think the season's ended.
I'd say so. It's getting colder, you know. I went out the other morning and I was breathing and I could just see my own breath. Felt like I was on Cool Runnings for a moment.
Don't go.
We're just smoking. I'm not smoking, I'm breathing. But I do think it's very nice. Obviously it's very pale. It's very easy to drink.
How do you know it's pale? Don't mind me if you don't mind me asking. Because of the colour?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pale ale. But again, there is that...
Wait, so what would that be classed as then?
This one.
That one? Yeah.
That's an IPA, an Indian Pale Ale.
Oh, okay.
So it's got it's specific.
Oh, okay.
So I did a bit of research on that the other week. What an IPA is, and it was a specific way of brewing a pale ale, so that when they went along to India or coming back from India, the beer hadn't gone off.
Oh.
So that was the difference between a pale ale and just a pale ale. But again, for the price of £1.9p,
yeah,
it's a very, very tasty
bargain.
beer. However, you could have too many of these very quickly. It's very...
It's much strong. You say that, in comparison to Corona, it's much stronger. You can taste the alcohol
It's
in
a full percentage stronger than Corona.
And is there more in the can than the bottle? Yeah.
Again, a Corona's the same size as a small can.
Is it?
Yeah, a Corona's a 330, whereas that's a 440. What are you going to give it out of 5? This one, you gave a 2.75. Where does it rate for you?
I think it's not as good as the
Brau.
I gave the Brel 2.75.
Yeah.
I'll give this 2.25.
2.25. For me, this again is not as good, and I'm going to go for a 1.5. I think. Obviously, it's not as... I'm just going to write this down so we get it down on taps later. But obviously, it's a very nice beer.
Yeah. Don't
get me wrong, and I could drink it for an evening very easily. However, I don't think that it's a... it's not as good. The Brau, I think the Brau was much tastier.
The Brau was much better, yeah.
I could easily have an evening drinking the Brau. However, I do feel like this one we would drink much, much quicker than the Brau. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
You got anything to add about this beer?
Not that I can think of.
Just that it's great value.
Yeah, considering that they're both very tasteful cans, tasteful beers, and I've never heard of them before, and for the price they're worth, it's great value.
I think that we will start to try. I think we'll have more of these, the Williams brothers.
I'd like to find on the internet like packs of them.
Oh, they have loads of these in Aldi. We can get loads of different
like,
these.
I remember when we bought them in Aldi, they were just singular ones, weren't they? And they didn't say any packs or anything.
No, but we can have we can try more Williams. I really like Williams Brothers beers. They're very tasty, and I think we could easily drink more of them.
Are they all the same size?
No, some of them are 550. So some of them are a pint.
Made my day.
Exactly. They have one called Joker, which I had over lockdown, which was very tasty.
Yeah.
And the can is very nice. It looks like it's a nice looking can. Speaking about beers, got a couple more questions whilst we finish these drinks.
Okay.
If you could drink one beer for the rest of your life, what are you going to drink?
Now, you know I'm a lager drinker.
I know you're a lager drinker.
But one of these drinks today,
you would drink.
Swayed my way.
You would drink Brau for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
I drink like one. No, not one. As in, I drink. Pardon me.
It's very gassy, this one, clearly.
I drink like 3 or 4 a night.
Oh, easily.
And
But if I told you,
would satisfy me.
If I told you could never have any beer ever again, What are you sticking with,
Yeah.
Brow? I'm glad you said
just
that.
for the flavour.
I'm glad you said that. I'm not going to stick with Brow.
I know you don't.
Obviously, we know I'm very passionate about where I live and about beer, and we have a great little brewery.
There we go.
And I would probably go for. Ooh.
Your own question stumbled you.
It has. I've got so many nice beers running through my
Is
head.
there going?
This is easy for
That
you.
one.
This is easy for you because you go either Carling or something
No,
really
I don't
nice.
drink Carling anymore.
Corona or something really nice.
Because it's the only cheap beer there is at the minute. Until the Brel came along.
I might have to go Franconia. Now, what I'm going to try do, hopefully, when we come back after Christmas, I'll have some. If not, we'll try get some before.
Okay.
But Franconia is a German dark smoked beer.
What do you mean smoked?
Smells like a barbecue, and it tastes like smoked cheese. Now, I love smoked beer because I went on holiday.
I've never had smoked beer. I've never had smoked cheese either.
Well, there we go. When we have Franconia, we'll have to get smoked cheese to have at the same time.
Oh, okay.
When I went to Franconia and I went to Bavaria on holiday a few years ago, 2018 I think it was, me and my dad went around Bamberg. Now, Bamberg is a beautiful city and it has 27 breweries within the city. Sadly, we only got to 6 of them in the day. So we do have to go back at some point to finish that off. And they are very, very well known. We have a map which ticks off which ones we've been to, which ones we haven't. They have their beer is a smoked beer. And I know Torside, for example, also do a light smoked beer, only 2.8%, which is it's all right. It's not as nice as Franconia, but I would say that I could happily drink Franconia for the rest of my life. It's a bit stronger, so it'd mean that.
What percentage is it?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Because you can't remember drinking it.
No, I can't remember drinking it because it's so nice. But it would definitely reduce the amount I drank in an evening because it's so much slower to drink. But it is a delicious, delicious beer, and hopefully we'll have it on very soon. Right, okay, sorry for that. We had to take a break because the camera decided to die on us. Next question is, I'm going to think of your beer,
Okay.
what it's going to be called, the name of the brewery and how it's going to taste, and then you're going to do the same for me.
Okay.
So, one of my favourite breweries, as I've just mentioned, Torside, they have a beer called Grubby Bastard.
Okay.
Okay? And yours, because of your brewery, for example, is going to be called Hot and Spicy. Because your ginger and your love for, like, being a fireman and so on. Okay? So that's going to be the name of your brewery. And then your beer is going to be called Spicy Ginger Bastard. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's going to be a Weiss beer, or wheat beer, in the English translation, which means rather than barley being in the beer, it's going to have wheat. So it's going to have a cloudy complexion to it. It's going to have, and the flavour of it is going to be chili and tangerine peel.
I'd drink that.
Yeah? And that's going to be your beer. It's going to be strong. It's going to be 7.4.
7.4?
7.4%.
Move over, Brill. I'm having that for the rest of the night.
So it's just going to be in small quantities. You're going to be buying thirds like we're drinking now.
Right.
And that's going to be your beer. And I think I'd like to try that. So if any brewery's watching and would like to make that beer, I think I've just found you a gold.
We'll pay you.
We'll pay you for a bottle of it. We're not paying to make it.
You pay us for the name.
Exactly. There you go. We've got copyright at the moment. You'll go.
Now, I don't know as much about beers as you do,
Right.
obviously. So I've thought about the name and the company that makes it,
Mhm.
like the brewery and the name of the beer.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about the flavours,
Okay.
so I have to leave that bit out.
or I'll have a
But
go.
you'll have a go, yeah.
Okay.
So I've got 2 names to it.
Okay.
2 names to the beer.
Okay, give me the brewer's name
The
first.
brewer's name is Williams and Williams.
Okay, so it's me and my dad.
You and your dad, yeah, or just you and yourself.
Williams and Williams.
And the first name that I've thought of is Basic Bay.
Basic Bay.
Yeah.
So for me, a Basic Bay would just be a plain pale ale at about 3.8% with nothing special in it at all. Right? Nice. Like it.
Or Adventurous Blues.
Adventurous Blues. So, Adventurous Blues, for me, I'll try and work this out. So, because obviously you've just gone for the fact so like adventure and a lot.
I've just thought you'd been a lot of places and you're a blues fan.
Right. So,
Clearly.
rather than being Man City Blues, the blues would be New Orleans Blues.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, the hops would be based from America. So rather than being an IPA, it'd be an APA, so
Okay.
American Pale Ale. And then it would have spices and flavourings from either India, so it'd be like, we could go for a Kerala spice. There, I think that's it. So it's going to be American hops with Kerala spices. I think that sounds perfect. I drink that. What percentage
would
are
you
we
rather
going for?
have, the Basic Bay or the Adventurous Blues?
The Adventurous Blues.
I'd rather have the Basic Bay.
I think the Adventurous Blues would probably be around... I was going to go 5.2, make it a little bit stronger.
I'd go
Or a
4.8.
4.8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Solid. So I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
Next question we've got down is what would you call your pub? I'll keep drinking because we haven't got many more questions written down after this.
I would call my pub the Smithsonian. What's it called?
The Smithsonian.
Yeah.
I like that. Have the front of it make it look like a museum and just have a load of museum exhibitions inside. I like that.
Shows different glasses around the bar.
Yeah, I like that. Carling here, Foster's there, Heineken there.
Right, just because I drink lagers, I mean that's the only thing I drink.
Braille cans scattered everywhere.
I'll show everything I've drank apart from cider because that's pea water to me.
Yes. See, I really struggled with this because over lockdown I made a bar out of pallets, and I couldn't work out a name of it. So my dad came up with a name of it, and it was the Axe Head Bar because he broke an axe head whilst we were redoing the garden. He snapped it off the axe. So on the bar is the actual axe handle is screwed into the bar now. So that's what the name came from for that. However, I've always really struggled to think what I'd name my pub. There's always been the Blue Moon pub.
Yeah.
I think
Is
it's
that not a thing?
there's
feel like that's the
there's
thing.
a lot of Blue Moon pubs and there's a lot of New Moon pubs.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be able to challenge Smithsonian at this point.
No.
I think you smashed it there. My dad, he always had a good one. So, in New Mills, we used to have a Barclays Bank. How it's been closed down for years now, and they've only just started turning it into flats. And my dad said if he ever won the lottery, he would buy Barclays Bank.
Wait, the building or the actual company?
The building. He'd buy the
Okay, I was
building.
going to say like...
And
Loads of money.
so what would happen is it'd be a bottle shop stroke micro pub. So a very small pub where you can go and you buy a bottle and then that's your beer. But rather than being served in glasses, it'd be served in clay steins like you have at German beer festivals. Yeah. And the name of the bar would be Bar Clays. Because you're in Barclays Bank
Oh,
and
that's
you're
a good
drinking
play
out
on
of clay
words, that.
glasses. And I thought that would have been absolutely brilliant because it had an upstairs and a downstairs. So you could have had the bottle shop downstairs and then you could have gone upstairs for the bar, little like tapasy sort of foods coming through. I always thought that was a really good idea. So if me or my dad ever win the lottery, we're sorted. That's what we'll do with it.
Yeah.
But
Is it as good as Smithsonian now?
No, I think you smashed it with that name.
I was there thinking Smithsonian.
Yeah, I think you have smashed it with that name. I can't think of anything that could even rival that.
And it'll have different glasses and stuff, different tankards and everything.
You could have a different time zone for each table.
Yeah.
Because there's so many Smithsonian museums, each table, rather than having a number, could have air and space.
Yeah.
Could have American Natural History Museum. You know, you'd smash it. But
we've finished.
We've finished our pints, and you know what that means. It's time to go. So thank you very much for joining in.
Yeah, cheers very much.
And we'll see you next time.